Hello, everyone.
Speak into that mic.
This one?
Yeah.
Does it sound okay?
Yeah, that's
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless of a minor rate reduction, the effective property tax rate is up 38% over 5 years. Do you think this is a problem? And if so, how do you plan to address it?
So what you're saying is our property taxes are up, and is that a problem, even though the rate has gone down?
You got it.
Okay, got it. That's probably the best problem to have. That means that our houses have increased in value. Now, the interesting thing is when you have a growing city, it actually costs more to deal with the impact on the infrastructure. So yes, it's unfortunate that our taxes are going up even though the rate's gone down, but we've got more cars, there's more people using the sewer system, and we actually need that money to actually support roads and sewers and all the infrastructure we like as a city.
Okay, why did you vote for urban density rather than garden-style apartments in the conversion of 104 acres at Gaylord? And is the build-out plan projecting over 400,000 residents, 2 times that of Dallas, acceptable? Why or why not?
So you're talking about specifically the Gaylord and Ohio apartments, urban-style living. In that particular case, I actually voted to table that to a future meeting, and I did not get a second to allow for more talk on that particular item. I actually did not vote yes on that one. I actually did not vote. It got recorded as a yes vote, but it should have been recorded as a no vote. I did not like all that urban-style density. I do not like garden-style apartments. So if you look back, you have to look at the videotape. But it got recorded as a unanimous vote, but I actually did not vote yes on that one. So there you go.
Thank you.
Bobby, Dallas and other cities are suffering budget shortfalls due to their defined benefit pension plan. The defined benefit pension plan for Frisco relies on taxpayers to pay pension shortfalls indefinitely. How do you plan to avoid the situation of shortfalls when demanded?
That's a great question, and that's, if anybody doesn't know, our defined benefit plan is managed by the TMRS, Texas Municipal Retirement System, and there is an unfunded liability in that particular plan. All I know is right now, in order to attract and retain police and fire in good city, everybody else is having this defined benefit plan, and it's really difficult to compete when you have that defined benefit plan in place. I'm a financial advisor, so I actually know it's basically an annuity, if anybody knows about that. As of right now, we're doing okay as far as the funding of it. I think in 20 or 30 years, if we don't have kind of address that issue with that growing unfunded liability, we're gonna have to address that somehow. I'm not for doing pension obligation bonds. Probably have to change the structure of that at some point and go to a defined contribution plan.
Collin County has asked Frisco to incorporate an area for Section 8 low-income housing. Are you aware of this, and do you support this?
I do not think government should be determining who or who doesn't live here. And that includes low-income housing, Section 8 housing. So you're talking about the Section 8 housing? Okay.
What do you see as the primary role of the EDC, and is it still needed, and if so, why? The
EDC is very important in the city, and I do believe it is still needed. It is a funding mechanism that the taxpayers actually don't have to this doesn't go on the taxpayers. This is sales tax. And we get to use EDC money to attract business and industry here in Frisco, so we have more jobs. The more jobs we have in Frisco, the less heat on the Frisco taxpayer. So I wholeheartedly support the Frisco EDC.
What are your plans or vision for Main Street roads in the downtown area?
Main Street specifically?
Yes.
I know there's a couple of plans. I think we need to re-engineer it, so we have at least some angle-in, head-end parking, so we can get more parking down there. I do not think we should make it a 4-lane road. I think it should stay a 2-lane road. Now, I know there's another plan to actually make one of the roads to the north or to the south one direction, and then make it one way through downtown and one way out of downtown. So we basically get 4 lanes, but not 4 lanes through Main Street. I do think we need to have additional parking so we can make Main Street more viable and the businesses right on Main Street more viable.
Okay, thank you. We're going to move to the lightning round now. Limited to yes, no, one-word answers. You have about 2 seconds per question. First question, have you or someone on your behalf ever offered for someone's support or campaign contribution a board position or committee assignment?
No.
Should Frisco be a sanctuary city?
No.
Do you support Senate Bill 6 on privacy and safety using a bathroom or changing facility?
That means having transgender people use the bathroom, any bathroom they want? No.
Is it a conflict of interest for the mayor to sit on the EDC?
No.
Do you support police and fire unions?
Yes. Well, I support the associations.
Should Frisco firemen or police associations be able to have a voice in selecting their chief?
I think they should have input, but that should be up to the elected officials.
Do you support rail service to Frisco?
No.
Are you in favor of hiring private lobbyists to defeat bills providing taxpayer relief?
In some cases.
Should the city provide financial incentives for small businesses?
If it's the EDC, yes.
Have you ever voted for a Democrat or in a Democrat primary?
Never.
Do you think it is ethical for a city council member to endorse a council candidate?
Yes, they're residents.
Okay, that's the end of that. You now have 1 minute for a closing statement.
Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. I know the hot topic of the day is high density. It's the hot topic today, but for the last 4.5 years, I've been on the Planning and Zoning Commission for the city of Frisco. And for the last 4.5 years, I've been the guy that's been saying no anytime there's a zoning case or a proposal that comes in front of the city. We have these things called work sessions. They're open to the public, and they'll do what I call a temperature check on the Planning and Zoning Commission to see if something would be viable. And I'm the guy who just flat out says no. I said no multifamily, no high density. And quite honestly, they never come back. I've been against many zoning cases and for multifamily. And if you want to know how I'm going to vote on council, I have a track record. I've already been doing it. Police and fire are very important, and we need to keep them well-armed and well-maintained. And I was very happy when we armed them with rifles, by the way. And I think we need to attract a major business to the city of Frisco to take the heat off the Frisco taxpayers. Thank you. I love you. God bless.